In this harbour, the southeaster is great because it helps keep that water turning over. However, in this situation, it was a little bit late in the season, and we had a pod of whales just outside the harbour with a massive amount of fish, big biomass of fish. The whales were eating the fish, so the fish sought a place of refuge. They came into the harbour in a bulk. At that same time, there was a little bit of a algal bloom in the harbour in any case. With the fish coming in, plus the algal bloom, the amount of biomass in the system with no southeaster moving the water over all the time just resulted in a massive crash in the dissolved oxygen levels and resulted in everything dying out at the same time. All of these fish just ended up settling down to the bottom of the bay here. This is not a bay that is stimulated by strong current movement at all. So the fish were sitting on the bottom of the basin, slowly decaying. Initially, with the oxygen levels, there might have been some anaerobic decay of the material, but as that decaying uses up oxygen, it dragged the oxygen levels lower and lower and lower, to the point where there was absolutely no oxygen down on the bottom of the basin, and that shifted the whole the ecology from an aerobic process into an anaerobic process.
Around about the end of March, we picked up this problem in respect of the water quality changing and turning milky. We actually had a process of picking up a lot of the fish that had actually died off. We had a process in here with our own staff and external contractors picking that up. We've removed about 35 tons of fish from here to our waste management plant, and that actually went into the process of making fertilizer from it at the end of the day as well. So we'd started this process of consulting with outsiders, our own aquarium here at the waterfront in respect of what's happening and so on. Dryden Systems came along, and we actually established a work team to have a look at the problem here, which included Dryden Aqua, Utico Systems, who actually installed the system itself, our marina, and then of our own staff. And together with that, through a process, we actually got to the point of purchasing the system and then getting Utico to install it at the end of the day.
The anaerobic bacteria form large mats of anaerobia over the dead biomass at the bottom. They start releasing sulfur gases, so producing hydrogen sulfide. These gases start coming up to the surface, and that's often what you smell as a rotten egg smell within the area. So we slowly, with our aeration system that you can see in the back here, and that is covered underneath all of the piers going out on the side here, this high aeration process, and it's only air, it's not oxygen, slowly is converting the process from anaerobic breakdown of the particulates into an aerobic process.
And I think the Albert Docks in Cape Town is really a reflection of what's happening in the wider environment. Exactly the same thing that's happened in Cape Town has happened in the whole of the Marmaris Sea, by Turkey. Most of the sea has died. It's high levels of nutrients, pollution, lack of mixing, and the different species of phytoplankton called dinoflagellates simply took over. And they glued everything up and killed everything.
Over this period, we've monitored the water quality, etc. It didn't actually reach that acidic level that the effect would be such on the vessels. The pH levels remained at the 7.4, 7.3 level, and it's climbing now up to the 7.8, 7.9 level, which is the natural pH for this marina. So from that perspective of monitoring it, testing the water daily, twice daily, utilizing the University of Stellenbosch to come out and test the quality of water before we started the aeration system, after we've started it, etc. So we're keeping a constant monitoring of the quality of the water.
Where the system currently is, all the water quality that's showing is that we've massively been able to pick the oxygen content up from 2% all the way up. It's sitting currently at about 60%. And that was over a relatively short space of time of about 15 days. We saw a massive improvement in the water clarity over a 6-day period, and then over 9 days and over 15 days. It's just been increasing continuously. Once we start phase 2 and the phase 3, then it will help to bring the oxygen levels all the way back up to the 80% where it should be.
There's an entire ecosystem here around the marine component at the end of the day. Water's always been at the center of our creation, and we put that at the center of welcoming people to the V&A waterfront.
All we've really done is given nature a help to mix the water, to introduce oxygen, and to allow the good bacteria and the good algae to move in again, and for the environment to become non-toxic to animal life.